This is the Customiser 10,000 Plus, which a lot of people own or were given when they purchased their Janome memory card machines. On the top you've got a little row of icons. Above that you've got the standard Windows ribbon bar. And the first thing we need is we need to go to the edit on the window bar, and we come down to number of sheets for layout. I only want one horizontally and two vertically, and you can see now my layout space has enlarged. I could go for a big layout, but I don't want to. This is only as a demonstration on how you can use this program. Now, I personally do not use it. I open it up periodically just to remind myself how it works, because I do get questions regarding it. I use the full digitizing suite. Okay, it's got the standard hoop AF, which is the 126 by 110 millimeters. This one is generically called the 5x7. It's slightly bigger than that. It's 7.93 inches tall, and I think it's 5.5 wide. Okay, so I want the large hoop B. I'm getting myself confused now. Now I need to bring in some designs. Don't use the open. Open will only open CAF designs, and that's Customiser Layout Designs. Either use the import designs that are in the file drop down menu, or the little sunflower that's on the icon toolbar. If you press the little sunflower, and I've already selected a folder with designs in. Let's go and look for one. And they're Christmassy. Right. He's got a nice height to him, so I'm going to have the Christmas tree. Open. And I'm going to move him up over there out of the way for a minute, because they all come in the center. And I'm going to import another one. Elf. Why not? I'll put the elf there. And now I want to add some lettering. So I go to my ABC bar and I choose a layout. I can have, I believe this is freeform. I can have it on the straight, I can have it on a curve. I'm going to choose curve. Script 20, that's 20 millimeters. Don't be surprised if it doesn't come out 20 millimeters. And call this one Design Sample. And it would help if I spelt the word correctly. Okay, I tell it register. These 2 points, this red one, this blank one, and this blank one, are control points. So I move that down, not too much. I move this one over on that line, not too much. And that end node and this end node are now sitting on the same lines. I'll move him over more centrally. Okay, and I'm going to tell that OK, and it's going to ask me, do I want to save it? No. I want to use it, I don't want to save it. I'm going to put that under his feet. And I think that's about even. Maybe down a little bit. I don't want it to invade the stitching of this. And tell that OK. Now I come up here to combine, and it brings me in a hoop. And when the whole of the design has gone grey, that tells me that the whole design is now contained within that hoop. I'm going to move it down a teeny bit more. That's about equal. Tell that combine. Now down here on the bottom I've got large hoop, sheets 1 times 2 at 100%, layout mode, color templates, thread colors Janome. I haven't quite worked out how you change from one to another and how to get the colors up and showing. But the next step now is to go to Print Setup, Color Template, Color View. Okay. official size, and it needs to be portrait. OK. Now I go to File, Print Preview, and it's telling me I need 3 hoopings. 1 page, 2 page. OK, this is hoop number 1. Hoop number 1 is the Christmas tree. Hoop number 2 is the elf. And hoop number 3 is design sample. So that's 3 hoopings. The design was too long to fit into 2 hoopings using the B hoop. But that's not a problem. OK, 1 page, 2 page. I like it side by side. What I don't see is the thread changes. And I do like to see my thread changes. Ready, OK, create. It's not actually going to anything. That's page 1. That's page 2. Now you print these out and you use these, and if you haven't got the Janome cloth setter, I suggest you get it, because these crosshairs are very, very useful for lining up designs and for using with your hoops. So hoop 1 you would get this, hoop 2 you would get the elf, and hoop 3, the final hoop, you get the lettering. So I'm going to close this because I don't need this. And there is the design. You can send it directly to your external media and it will save it as 3 separate designs, and we'll say you call it well, I'll tell you what, we'll save it. Save as Untitled Calf, and I'm going to save it onto my desktop and call it Tree Elf. No, we'll call it Sample Design. I'm all caught up in my microphone here. Sample Design. Save. Now, if I send it to a compact flashcard, and wouldn't you know I haven't got one close to hand, I can't even find my flashcard reader. I should really have prepared, shouldn't I? Well, there's my reader, and I just have to get a compact flashcard and just very quickly nip up the other end of the room and get my compact flashcards. Okay, I've connected my compact flashcard. If I send to Send Designs, Receive and Delete, I'm just going to save this one. Send Designs, Receiving Folder List from Memory Craft. Now, I don't want it to go into my built-in memory. It can't receive from there. Communication is aborted. We know that, dear. So I have to send it to the ATA card. Write Designs. Okay, Sample Design. That's its name. And I want it to go into folder 7. Now, you won't have all these folders if you don't own the MC10000 version 3 or the MC10001. So I'm opening a folder. You have to have an open folder to send to and tell it to write. Now that design has now gone to my ATA card. So I'm going to diminish this and go to Computer and Media I, and I put it into Embroidery folder 7. Sample Design 1, Sample Design 2, Sample Design 3. Those are your 3 designs. Ignore the filing cabinets. Okay, so my sample designs, Jeff, are ready for use, and I can double check that. ATA card, write designs, read and erase. Wonderful. Embroidery 7, sample design 1, sample design 2, sample design 3, and there they are on my card. So I'm going to tell that cancel, tell it close. And I hope that's of some use to you. If all you want to do is to make layouts with pre-digitized stitch files, and you don't want complicated software, and you don't mind only having a very few lettering styles, I'm not certain how many there are. You've got Bauhaus, Brush, Cheltenham, First Grade, Gallant, Gothic, Hollow Block, Jupiter, Script, Typist. Yeah, that's not too bad. And I actually quite like Gallant.